Shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone as GMS. Peace and blessings to the Akim and a few Akwath across the four winds. This is your brother Batamaya from Great Millstone Houston coming to you with a quick hit. Now I saw this on Dabu 7. Get ready for financial chaos. Banks close hundreds of branches. Prepare for incoming dollar recall. Matter of fact, let me look up dollar recall. He mentioned a dollar recall in the video, but all of this, which sparked my spirit to do this lesson, is going to lead to the micro Charagma, which is that grain of rice that's going to go under your skin. So, whether it's in your hands or in your forehead or any part of the body, so you can open up doors, to vehicles, to get into work, to buy or sell. Ultimately, going to the grocery store, going to doctor's appointments, medical, definitely the medical industry. It's going to be connected to the medical industry. Virtually everything in the society is going to be digital. I'm trying to see if I can find a definition of but pretty much a dollar recall is when you exchange your dollars for, digital currency. I was trying to see if I had a good definition, but no, they don't really have one. But I did see this. It says, is the dollar recall true or false? The federal government does not have plans to recall cash and replace it with a digital dollar. No, the U.S. government isn't planning to recall the dollar. Come on now. If you still believe in the government, in 2023, shame on you. As a matter of fact, let me grab this precept. It's one of my favorite precepts, as a matter of fact. The book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So they're telling you, just on a little simple Google search that it's not going to be a dollar recall, but there is going to be one because they're pushing digital currency. That's why they're pushing for all this cash. They just keep pumping out cash, keep pumping out cash into the economy. They're trying to keep it afloat. But we all know that everything is going digital. Everything is, and technology is becoming smaller. That's why the RFID, microchip is the micro Charagma, or the mark of the beast. But that's a part of what Esau Edom, was the self-proclaimed white man. That's what he does. He lies. He's the father of it. Matter of fact, let me get that. Psalms 58 and 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So as soon as they come out of the womb, they're lies. They're natural born liars. People, those that have eyes to see and ears to hear can understand that there will be a dollar recall. Hell, they showed you that with the coins. There was a coin shortage. Well, what happened to all the coins? Well, what they did was had like those coin machines that you could trade in for dollars. And then next is going to be you trading your dollars for digital currency. So, it's all gradualism, which is what we learned through our elder apostles and our elders. Everything Esau Edom does is through gradualism, but at the end of the day, it's all through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh is the Most High. Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son, and they're in control of everything. So the Lord puts the spirit on them, Esau Edom, to push forth, their agenda, but it's really not their agenda. But those in the know that they're lying. But what I really want to get to was the micro Charagma. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all. The he is Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, mainly these elites. You have the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and I'm sure there's other, Edomite families that we really don't even know about. That's, you know, making major moves behind the scenes. Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So that mark right there is Charagma, which that Charagma is going to go underneath your skin, that grain of rice, so that you can, I'll get into it in the next verse. Revelation 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell. So you're not going to be able to function in this society without that micro Charagma. How are you going to buy food? How are you going to sell items? Especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you have your own business, you're going to have some form of digital currency. Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So, there are consequences too if you take that micro Charagma, being in line with this beast system, on the Esau Edom. Revelation 14 and 9, this is the consequences. And the title of this, I'm on the King James Online, Doom for Worshippers of the Beast. Even if you see this bank in the background, it looks like Rome. This is Rome 2.0 all over again. The legislation, you can see the architecture there. This is the beast system. You pretty much NATO, the EU, all of that is all tied in. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Shah power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Indignation is his righteous anger. You don't want to fall into the hands of Yahweh Bashem Shah. It's a fearful thing. That's Hebrews 10 and 31. So if you worship in the beast and his image and you end up taking it, hey, you're still gonna end up possibly in a famine, because they're gonna ration out food anyway. So you still might get a small portion. You still might get a pestilence, And in Revelation, I think it's 16 and 2, you'll get a grievous sore. You're gonna end up having cancer. So either way it go, you're gonna die. So it's best that you not take it and have faith in Yahweh Bashem Shah, because Yahweh Bashem Shah is the provider of all things. His servants will eat and drink and be joyful and merry in the times of Jacob's trouble. But let me finish this out. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shah. So you're going to ultimately at the end of, you were having pestilence and cancer and a famine, at the end, I like to say the cherry on top, which is going to be the ICBM nuclear warhead. It's going to be on top of your head, and you're going to be tormented with fervent heat, fire and brimstone. So don't take that micro Charagma, which is the mark of the beast, that RFID microchip. Don't fall into the hands of this beast system. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, spiritually. Store up your treasures in heaven. Through Yahweh Bashem Shah. That's the spiritual bank that you're supposed to be banking on, storing up your treasures there. You want to reap the reward, which is the crown, and ultimately, being of the hopeful elect, which is the 12,000 men from the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those that look like the other nations. And then you have the rest of the 1/3, the innumerable multitude, which is the men, women, and children of Israel, because Israel is the only ones that are meant for salvation. Yeah, heathens, will be preserved so that they can be, our slaves in the kingdom. But hey, ultimately, if you're here in America, if you don't have the covering of Yahweh Bashem Shah, you ultimately are going to be burnt up, because the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And everything here is made up of elements. This place is going to be utterly destroyed. It's going to be the lake of fire. But Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. Call La Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone as GMS. Peace and blessings to the Akim and a few Akwat across the four winds. Shalom and a Baba Ball. Don't take that micro Charagma.